Hello, thanks for joining me today. Welcome to my lifestyle channel, where no 2 days are the same. I'm Anita, and this is Sightless Living. Today I'm going to hang a wall hanging, which is my whiteboard here. I had it up here a long time ago, took it down for the renovations, and now I need to put it back up so some messages can be conveyed.
Big bold text appears and reads, Sightless Living. Copyright symbol 2021-2025. Sightless Living. All rights reserved. Then disappears.
I'm going to put it on this wall here, and there's scuffs on it. I'm going to paint it after things are done, but it has some scuffs because they walk back and forth here, and sometimes they have wood, or they have those long rulers, or they have tools, all kinds of things. I'm not worried about the scuff marks. I just worry about the gouges, because from them spraying the popcorn on the ceiling, there's little flecks on the wall that I can just pick off. But usually what I do is I feel it, and then I just take the vacuum. The vacuum has a sander on it, and then I'll just rub the wall, and it gets all the little pits off of it. So when I come behind it, I'll either paint it with some primer, or I'll get the paint with the primer, but I usually use eggshell on the walls. This is flat from the builder. And then I will use on the trim gloss. Gloss is very easy to wipe up, so is eggshell. This, even though I wipe it, it does discolor it because it takes the paint off with the rag that you wash your walls with. But anyway, I'm also gonna probably open the walls because they're hollow. Some places are hollow. And now that the temperature up here goes sometimes 70 below zero, hollow walls don't cut it. It just takes the heater too long to heat the house, and it's a problem. So I'm gonna fix that too. Usually when we fix things, we go above and beyond. Like we had a earthquake, and it heaved up the sidewalk and it broke. And when we redid the roof, they're like, overkill, because we said hurricane ties. They were like, that's overkill. We did it anyway. And then when we had that bad storm a few years ago and people lost their roofs, they looked at us and didn't say anything when we were in the home store. So it's always best to do above and beyond when you have to fix anything. That's what I learned. This is, I'm gonna say maybe it's about, from where my arms are spread apart, 3 feet wide and maybe 2 feet tall. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's a little hook on the top, which is like a bendable thing. It's flat on the back, and there's like a flat metal hanging up at the top. They have holes in it. I look to see what I can put on it so I can kind of position it on the wall. I'm going to take this push pin here. Usually I get a clear one, but I got a dark one. Hopefully you can see the blue. I have on a light pink sweatshirt. I'm just chilling. It goes right through it. I'll be able to push it on the wall to start my hole to hang my hook. And I like to hang things myself. Now you can get technical and you can measure from one side of the wall to the other. And then if you're gonna do that, what I do is I have, looking on my table here, I have this rock and roll putty. I bought this from the RV store, recreational vehicle, and this is what I use. And this is putty that you can put like a coffee maker on it. You can even sit a cup on your counter. Anything that you don't want to fall on the floor and break as you're rolling down the road. And it comes in a package like this. I don't know, I've had this a while. But I'm just going to show you what I do. You don't have to do this. You can do it any way you want. But I like to hang things on my wall because when you don't hang anything on your wall, your room is echoing. It's hollow. It seems unlived in. It's cold. But the putty is firm. Get a little off of there. It is like playing with Play-Doh. And I just put it in a ball. And then I can stick it on the wall, like right there. So if I went to measure the wall, I would find the center, and then I make it into a little ball, which I'm doing, and then I stick it there. This way, when I come back, I can just lightly feel for it, and it's down here, and I just take it off, and it doesn't leave a mark on the wall, and it doesn't leave a mark in your RV. So I really like this, and I've been using it for years after blindness to mark things, because unlike sighted people who can just go to their mark, you know, pencil it, and then look at it and do that, we can't do that. So this is how I use it. I make sure I have something tactile so I can feel and find it. So now I'm going to throw this back in here and get started with hanging this wall hanging. I was going to do a picture, but they are packed. And since I need to use this, I am going to hang it on the wall. So let me start with my hammer. It's there. This is how I'm going to start it. I got things in my pocket. I got 2 hooks and nails. So I have 2 of these hooks, 2 of these nails. They fit inside the hook from the front, like so. There it is. And these are 5-pounders, or I think they may be 10. But anyway, each. So that means it will be 20. This thing is not 20 pounds. Let me turn it sideways so you can see how thin it is. You know what? Look this way. That's how thin it is. This is the tray where I can sit my eraser and my magic markers. This is a dry erase board. You can find these in metal too, where I can put magnets on it. This one is not magnetic because I'm not going to use my Braille letters on this one. But I do have one where I can use Braille letters. I'm not worried about if it's straight or not because I'm going to get one end in first. I'm putting the wall hanging on the wall. I'm going to find the thermostat so I can be closer to it. I'm going to put my hand with my fingers touching it. It's on my left. And I'm going to move the wall hanging over. And I'm adding to the scuffs on the wall. And I'm going to let it touch my wrist where my wrist starts. Okay. Now I don't care if it's straight or crooked. This is high enough. I'll rest it with the heel of my hand on the board. And I'm not worried about the height right now. I'm just trying to get a good grip on it. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right. So that's about chest level where the magic marker will rest. And I got the little bead of putty and I'm too short, so I'm going to bring it down just a little. I don't want it too low, so when people are walking by, they'll get stabbed. So I'll stick my putty where the hole is. And then I'll just lift it off. I'm holding on to the putty. You know what? I got too much putty. I gotta make it narrower So I'm going to roll it with my fingers. Sometimes I'll just stick the hook up there, but for newbies, I'm doing it this way. I just knocked my little edge off. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll pick that up. Because I hang things myself. So this is skinny. Let's see if I can get it in the hole without sitting on the frame. Let's see. And if you want to use the nail option or a push pin, make sure you have a couple in your pocket in case it drops. Usually when I'm by myself, no issues. As soon as I want to film it, stuff falls out. I am trying to form it in the hole, and now I'm lifting it up and I'm pushing it through the hole so it sticks onto the wall. I just think I took too much off. I should just make my beads smaller. I don't even think I had it in the hole. I'm going to make my beads smaller. And I'm going to stick a piece on my board in case I drop it. So this is where I have two. So I'm going to roll a little ball, because that's all you need, just a little to feel it. I'll stick my hand on the thermostat. It's touching the heel of my hand. My fingers are extended. So that's going to give me enough room. And the reason I'm doing that is because some people are hard-headed, and I don't want them resting tools on top of the thermostat. Here's the hole on my wall hanging, and I'm going to try to make a little bead that will go through the hole so it will stay in place when I lift the wall hanging up. And voila! But that's a little too low for me. So let me grab it and bring it up a little more, because I want it at the top of your chest level. So that's good enough. I will put it here. I just raised it a little more, and I'm trying to get my little bead of putty on the wall through the hole. And now I'm lifting it, and my putty stayed in place. So you can see there's a little bead of putty right there. That's perfect. Now I am going to rest this on the floor in front of me, go in my pocket and get a hook and nail. Here's my hook. I'm going to put the nail in the front because there's a hole there, and then it shoots out the back. It's going to give me maybe about 1.25 inches into the wall, not sure. Now, you can be more accurate if you want, and that is measuring the wall. Some people measure the height to the wall where you want to put your things, and then they'll look for the studs because they want to nail into the wood. I don't care. This is temporary. I had it here before, and it was just nailed into the sheetrock. I'm just feeling for my little dot of putty. I'm looking for the putty. So I'm just lifting my hand and searching. I found it because I didn't want to knock it off the wall. So this is the height I want. I'm going to put the bottom of the hook onto the putty, like so. And there we go. Now I'm going to pick up my hammer. First I'm going to stick the nail back in the hook. I'm not going to worry about the putty right now, and I'll remove it in a bit. Come on, Mr. Nail. Go in your hole. You know what? Let me pick it up and put it in there. There. I don't want to drop my nail like the push pin disappeared on me. Okay, so I got it there. Good enough. I'm not trying to be perfect here. I got my nail in the hook. It's sticking out. I got my trusty hammer. It's down at an angle. So I'm just gonna nail it in. There. I'm gonna get my putty off the wall by swinging it upward. This stuff is stretchy. And I'll just swing it back and forth and just get my putty. And that's the thing, this stuff is reusable. It's great. All right, I got it. So I'm gonna just throw it in my bag so it doesn't dry out and it stays pliable. I like shopping in the RV store. You can get your bear spray from there, along with other useful tips, like this putty here. Okay, now I'm gonna bang it into the wall. All right, now, my hook is strong because I nailed it in. So I'm just gonna hang it on looking at it, it's on the right side. So I'm gonna take the little thing that's hanging off the frame on the right side. And I think this is bent. This might be the one. Maybe that's why it was out of the package, but it's good enough. It's for construction. All right, now I'm gonna let it hang crooked. I'm just guiding it as it hangs, let it find its form. Yeah. Now I take my phone out my pocket. Open measure.
Measure, take picture, find the near, move farther away, no focus.
So I am in the measure app, which comes on your phone. When you first do a single finger double tap to open it, or you can ask Siri to open it. I'm going to start at the top left, and I'm going to do a single finger swipe to the right. I ignore the gibberish it's telling me, because when you first go into the app, you're in a camera type of focus mode where you can take a picture with the camera and figure out your measurements that way. I don't bother with that. I need the level, so I'm going to swipe to the right until I get to the level.
History button.
That's your history button.
Clear, dimmed button.
There's nothing to clear because I haven't done anything.
Tip, move farther away.
And it's telling me move further away because I got the camera right up on the board.
Add, dimmed button.
You can add.
Undo, dimmed.
You can undo.
Take picture button.
You can take a picture.
Tab bar, selected, measure, tab, 1 of 2.
So that's the first tab, measure. Now I want to go to level because I don't want to measure anything.
Level, tab, 2 of 2.
That's what I want. So I'm going to do a single finger double tap.
Selected, level, tab, 2 of 2, minus 15 degrees.
You can get a vertical level. That's because I have the phone vertically.
Minus 17 degrees.
Now I'm going to hold it horizontally.
Level, 5 degrees, 3 degrees.
Same thing.
11 degrees.
I got horizontal level and I'm just tilting it. And then I could do a flat level. So I'm holding it flat.
Minus 6 degrees.
And then I can tilt it up.
Minus 21 degrees.
I can tilt it
Minus
down.
14 degrees.
So you have 3 ways to measure. What I do is I stick it on my picture or wall hanging and I'm going to rotate it till I get to 0.
Minus 2 degrees. Minus 1 degree. 0 degrees.
Here I am. Okay, let me see. Come on, phone, slide. And it doesn't slide. Touch the screen.
0 degrees.
Okay, I'm still at 0.
Minus 2 degrees.
And that's the problem.
0 degrees.
I'm still at 0. The phone is so darn big. Okay, I'm still at 0. All the way.
Tab bar. Selected. Level. Tab. 2 of 2.
Okay. Come on, tell me what I'm at.
-1 degree. 0
Nope.
degrees.
Damn 0, so
-1 degree. 0
Nope.
degrees.
I keep dropping it. Am I still at 0? And what I'm doing is sliding it on the top of the wall hanging. Come on.
-1 degree.
Nope.
-2 degrees. -3 degrees.
Yep, I'm going
-2
higher.
degrees. 0 degrees.
There I am.
-1 degree. 0 degrees.
Okay. And I'm sliding it back and forth from the left to the right.
-1 degree. 0 degrees.
My finger keeps hitting the screen because
-1
it's
degree.
too
0
big.
degrees. -1 degree. 0 degrees.
Okay. What I'm doing is raising it up and putting it back on the frame, and it's telling me 0 degrees.
-1
So
degree.
now I'm going to
-167.
sit on my little table over here. Oops, there goes my hammer. And now I'm going to take the hook and the nail. I just moved my finger again.
Degrees.
And then I'll pick up the phone again before I hammer it in. And I'm gonna hook this onto the picture or my wall hanging. So I find the hook. Let me make sure it's facing me. Yep. Pull it forward. Stick it in the hole. I make sure it's in there. Yep, it's in there. I hope. Let me see. I got the picture resting again on the wall. And the nail came out. So you know what? I'm going to put the nail in my pocket. Some people put it in their teeth. I'm not doing that. And let me grab my phone.
Level. Tab. 2 of 2. -162 degrees. -15 degrees.
You know, let me turn it up.
-106 degrees. -108 degrees. -106 degrees. -34 degrees.
That's because I'm handling it.
-1 degree.
Okay.
0 degrees.
So I'm at
-1
0.
degree. 0 degrees.
Okay. So that's telling me 0.
-1 degree. -2 degrees. -1 degree. -2 degrees. Selected. Level. Tab. 2 of 2.
Come on.
-1 degree. -2 degrees. -2 degrees. -3 degrees. 0 degrees.
Okay.
-1 degree.
Either
0
this thing
degrees.
is warped.
-1 degree. 0 degrees. -1 degree. 0 degrees. -101 degrees. 1 degree. 0 degrees. 4 degrees. 3 degrees. 7 -1 degree. -11 degree. Level. Selected. Level. Tab. 2. Selected. Level. Tab. Measure. Tab. 1 of 2. -1 degree.
My finger keeps hitting the screen. But that's the problem I have with these big old iPhones.
0 degrees. -1 degree.
Usually I get my older phone and it's in the Compass app. So if you go to
-26
Compass,
degrees.
you can find the
-4
hidden
degrees.
bubble level.
Tab bar. Level. -1 degree.
Okay, come on with your 1 degree. All right, let me just... But I just be patient and keep...
0 degrees.
There it is. So I'm gonna...
-1 degree. -47 degrees.
That's because I picked it up.
114 degrees.
Now I need my hammer
Degrees.
and
-112 degrees.
get my nail. It
degrees.
just slipped down again.
Degrees. -102 degrees.
Even if it's a little touch off,
-101 degrees.
I don't care. I will just
-100 degrees.
stick it on. Let me see. I'm trying to.
Minus 101 degrees.
My arms are tired. I did a lot of work today.
Minus 100 degrees.
And I've been away for 3 weeks. See, my nail's trying to fall out. It was crooked on the other side. I had to take it out. Yeah, now I'm pushing it into the sheetrock.
Minus 100 degrees.
Hopefully. Now the thing is sitting there minding its business and giving me all kinds of degrees.
Minus 102 degrees.
Let's see.
Minus 26 degrees. 0 degrees.
Yeah, so it's still at
1
0.
degree. Minus 73 degrees.
So I'm going to take my hammer
3 degrees.
and poke it in there.
Degrees.
Well, it's level here. So I think it's warped in the center. That's not too bad. To any eye, it
Minus 1
should look
degree.
straight.
4 degrees. 3 degrees. 0 degrees.
Here's the little edge.
Minus 1 degree. 0 degrees.
Yeah, it says it's at 0. What
Degrees.
matters is
Minus 22 degrees.
it's supposed to be 0
degrees.
at top, and that's what it is.
1,
Oops.
1 degree. 0 degrees. Minus 1 degree. 0 degrees.
I usually lift it up
Minus 7 degrees.
and then put it back
0
down,
degrees.
and it tells
Minus 1
me
degree.
I'm at 0.
Minus 5 degrees.
See, I
Minus
lift it
13
up
degrees.
and I put it down.
0 degrees.
So I am level.
Minus 1
And
degree.
that's how I
Minus
hang
12
my
degrees.
things straight. When I have it on this line here, which attaches the magic markers, it's at 0 degrees. So I put it on the bottom horizontal line or plane, and it's giving me 0 degrees. I put it on the top between the 2 nails or hooks, it's giving me 0 degrees. So as far as I'm concerned, this is good enough. And it is a little, let's see, where's it hitting me? It's top of chest level. Now, for somebody tall, it may be in their way, but they shouldn't be walking up on the wall anyway. And then, I'll just turn this off, my measure app. And that should be on everyone's iPhone. It comes standard. It appeared on my phone during one of the updates. It used to be in the Compass app. So if you're running one of the older iOS platforms, look in your Compass app and you only have Compass, and then you can go to level. And that's where you find that bubble level. And it's green. It comes in the square and has a little bubble in it. If you've never seen one, visually, the bubble will rest in the direct center if it's level. And I had a bunch of them. They're in my toolbox and scattered around the house. But I was excited to find the level on the iPhone when it did appear. And that's how I've been hanging my stuff. And this comes with, I believe these were Expo. I'll just show you. You can get this from an office supply store or whatever. And I also have little ones like I mentioned. And I have magnetic braille characters. And with those, it has the letter on top. And then it has a gold line. And then it has gold dots forming the gold letter A. It gives you the print letter on top. Here are some markers. And that's what they look like. And I'm going to take the cap off. I love these things. They smell so good. And I'll just make a little squiggly line. I don't know what color it is because I didn't braille these. The last time I had these, I was sighted. So I went and got them out of storage. And I have that up there. So I did a little squiggly line just to show you how easy they are. And let's see, did I bring a paper over? I did not bring a paper, so I'll use my hand. Look what happens. It just erases. I knocked my putty off the board. I thought I would need it. That's why I left it up here, but I didn't need it because that's what I usually do. I usually affix my wall hanging on the right because I'm right-handed. And then I'll try to level it with the left hand by rotating it up or down if I needed it. I've just basically hung horizontal wall hangings and just laying it on its side. So you take your phone, it's laying flat. You're going to rotate it upward so the screen is facing you. And now you're in vertical mode, but you're horizontal. I got the bottom of the phone to my right. I have the top of the phone to my left. If I rotate it upward, the top of my phone is pointing up. The bottom of my phone where the jack goes is pointing down. I am in vertical mode. If I forget all of that, just lay my phone down flat like it's on the table. I am in flat mode. So you can figure out what is flat or level. You can see if your stove is level by laying it on the stove, and if it's not completely at zero, you can rotate the 4 feet on each side to level your stove. If you want to make sure you have a straight line with a shelf, or sometimes shelves, they'll lean away from the wall or they can lean back to the wall. You may have to stick some kind of shims underneath it to make it level so your books will slide in and out properly. You may want to have your phone vertically. So the top of the phone is now at the top, pointing to the ceiling, and the bottom is pointed to the floor. And you'll want to stick it on either the left side or the right side of whatever you're trying to see if it's level, and stick your shims in that way. And then, lastly, you can go around and see if everything is level by just sitting your phone with the back facing the wall and just rest it on top of whatever you have hanging. You could see if it's straight. You can just slide it starting at the left corner, go into your right corner or vice versa, and see if it says 0 for your level. If it doesn't say anything, I just always tilt it up, rest it back on the edge. You should hear 0 to make sure it's straight. And that's what I do. I just keep dragging it. And if it doesn't say anything, I'll lift it up to the ceiling a little and bring it back down to the edge so it's resting on the surface of my wall hanging. And it will tell me 0 like it did here. So I got 0 all the way across, even though I kept lifting it and putting it back down, because sometimes it talks, sometimes it doesn't.
Measure minus 92 degrees.
So I'm back to my measure app. Now I do have a wooden
degrees.
mirror upstairs,
81
and that
degrees.
one is dead on all the way
105
around. It's
86
0 degrees on the
66
top,
degrees.
0 degrees on the
Minus
bottom,
56 degrees.
0 degrees on the left, 0 degrees on the right. But that, of course, is a wooden frame, and it is solid. This is a metal. It's not flat against the wall. It's bowed out some. And, you get what you pay for. This wasn't that expensive at the time. I don't know what it is now, but it has aluminum frame. This whiteboard is on some kind of Bagus board on the back. You can hang your pictures. Me, I am totally blind, and I still hang mine up, and I still dust them when it's dusting time, and I just like things on my wall. It makes the room feel lived in. It's not hollow. It makes the room feel warm. You can coordinate colors, and you can do a lot with it, so you don't have to limit yourself. I practically live by my iPhone. I do a lot with it. This is my job I've done. Hope you like it. Hope you could understand with VoiceOver chattering in the background every minute. I just worry about my top horizontal line. That's going to tell me if it's straight or crooked. I don't care if the left and right is flaring out. It was built like that. I didn't build it. So I'm happy with it. If you like iPhone projects or anything iPhone, and you'd like to learn more tips and tricks and hacks and secrets. Subscribe to the channel so every time I put out a new video, you'll be notified and you can check it out. Thanks for joining me today. My name's Anita. This is Sightless Living. And if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so you can be notified too. Thanks, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.
Scene changes to a mountain scene backdrop. Rolling credits appear in big bold text scrolling upward from the bottom of the screen. Text reads, Anita, hostess/visionary. Mountain stream video, TM symbol, videographer/editor. The rest of the text may be read in the description box below. Thanks for watching.